This was Conspiracy Catz. For the last 18 months, he has been making entertaining, educational, and in all honesty, brilliant videos debunking the flat earth. But this is Conspiracy Catz now, bald, alone, and full of regret. Conspiracy Catz has realised how wrong he was. Join me as we reveal the one working flat earth model video that tore his heliocentric universe apart. So Catz, this might be a tough time for you, but in 5 words, can you tell me what happened?
Well, basically, I've seen a flat Earth video that I can't debunk, and it's ruined my life.
Okay, would you talk me through the events of the day?
Yeah, I mean, it all started off like any other day. I wanted to keep up with the flat Earth science movement, so I got one of those. I subscribed to one of the new channels on Sky.
The comedy channel?
No, not the comedy channel. The flat Earth channel. And I don't know why I bothered. I mean, I started watching it, and, you know, for example, the geography programs, they were all rubbish.
If we flat earthers are ever going to go to Antarctica to find the dome, I think we ought to head east or west.
You see what I mean? Like Antarctica, you'd have to go north.
You mean south? You would have to go south to get to Antarctica.
Don't correct me on camera. Anyway, the biology programs, they were just as bad. It's almost like they were deliberately getting everything wrong.
There's no oxygen in the air, so we can't breathe it in. We can't have cellular respiration. Which means, therefore, that we do not exhale CO2, as by virtue of that.
See what I mean?
I do.
And the music programs, they were a disgrace.
I've seen the horizon with no fish islands. It's flat with a hat and as still as a well-trained cat.
And the final straw was the cookery programs.
Why? What were they like?
Just take a look.
Now this oil that I'm adding is olive oil, and the oil before was just vegetable oil. This proves that gravity is total BS.
So why didn't you cancel your subscription?
Well, I was going to cancel my subscription, but then I saw this little program on the Pugwash Retired Pirate channel by this guy here.
Conspiracy Catz.
Oh yes, I know him. He's called Fred, isn't he?
Fred!
No, Red Pill Philosophy, but his name's not important. What's important is the message. Just take a listen to what he had to say.
I have to say, one of the most disturbing proofs for flat Earth, I stumbled upon it recently, and there's a video online right now that is so damning for the globe that it might be the thing that fully pushes me over to absolutely thinking the Earth is probably flat. It's a piece of evidence so disturbingly insightful that you just have to. Not only do you say there's no way we live on a globe now, but you also have to wonder how this globe deception was ever put forward to begin with.
And when you clicked on the link, watch the video is referring to, your already petty existence crumbled somewhat, didn't it?
Well, yeah, something like that. Ultimately, I saw a flat Earth model, and I just couldn't debunk it. And I racked my brains, and I tried. But this flat Earth model is undebunkable, and I think I need to share it now and show the world the flat Earth model that killed the conspiracy cat.
Lame.
Time for the greatest flat Earth model in history.
So before we see it for real, I'll let you introduce it.
Okay, now I first started to get worried about this flat Earth model when I heard the man who invented it claim that he would use it to debate anybody, anywhere.
This is a very nice model which I can use it in presentations, I can use in debates. I mean, I'm not afraid of showing this and debating anybody.
He sounds confident.
Yeah, and so it should be. I mean, look at all the things his flat Earth model can accurately predict.
I can reproduce here in this model the time zones and the path of the sun, the circumnavigation by air, by the sea, and all can easily be reproduced in this model.
So, can we see it now?
Absolutely. Here it is.
I'm adding real water here.
I'm not really sure what to say. Are you really sure this is a working flat Earth model? I'm pretty sure if you really tried, you could debunk it.
I mean, you've seen the model. You can't be serious. That model is holding water. Can this hold water? Should we have a look?
I think you should go get changed.
Okay. I'm sorry. I think we're gonna have to carry on as is. My my other pair of pants are in the wash.
Brilliant. So what else can this model do other than hold water? Can it explain how things like the tides, waves, tsunamis are formed on the Earth?
You bet it can. Check this out.
This being real water can, make a lot of vibrations here and waves and tsunamis.
Catz?
Yeah?
I don't think there is a 500-mile long stick stirring up the oceans. I really don't think that it's a decent explanation for what we observe. Can you explain waves and the tides without having to poke at the water?
Yeah? Watch this.
If I shake this, you can see how the vibration causes the water to,
So that was it. The tides perfectly explained.
No, it wasn't.
Don't interrupt me.
I hate you.
Anyway, the next bit, the circumnavigation argument is what really killed me. For years, we've been saying that circumnavigation on a flat Earth poses too many problems. But his argument about how his model demonstrates circumnavigation was so eloquent, so articulate. There was just no response. And it got me thinking about all those times when I've ridiculed flat Earthers and their questions. And if I'd have just listened to the questions they were asking, I could have learned so much.
You might be saying, that guy, why would they even invent gravity then? Why is there mass? What is this shit about mass?
Well, if it's fusion, isn't that just bubbles of air in water?
Are these flames defying gravity by going up?
Oh, how does a warp drive work on the Starship Enterprise?
Are you on medication?
And if you don't know where you live, do you think you're ever going to know why you live there? Or the bigger question, what you're supposed to do while you are living there?
My name is Dread.
Catz.
Oh, sorry. Circumnavigation. Play the clip.
Now let's take a look at this circumnavigation by air. Let's see both airplanes flying around the flat Earth. Right here we see the airplane flying from Sydney to Chile, South America.
You do realise that on that model, a flight time from London to Sydney would be shorter than a flight time from Sydney to Chile? You understand that models like this don't reflect the flight times that we actually see in the real world, don't you?
Yeah, but the planes, they spun.
Dickhead.
And it's not just planes that it explains as well, the circumnavigation of boats. Check out his historical recreation of how Captain Cook circumnavigated the globe.
That's the boat. Captain Cook left England, and same thing, he sailed around South America. Right? And then from here he stopped in Tahiti, which is right here in the middle of the Pacific. Then he reached New Zealand. From New Zealand he went to Sydney. Right? He also went through these islands right here, but we can actually go around Australia. From Australia he sailed to around South Africa. From South Africa back to England. This is how he sailed around the world.
See what I mean? It's simply incredible.
Let's move on from that. One of the strengths of the heliocentric model is its ability to make a series of accurate and varied predictions, and the explanations for how we make one prediction never contradicts the explanation for another prediction.
Okay, agreed.
Well, good. So let's start with how this model predicts day and night, and then we'll see if that explanation causes problems in other areas.
Okay, day and night. Let's do that, but trust me, this model works.
The sun, it goes higher altitude or lower altitude, and that's how it works on the flat Earth. That's why we have different shades.
So there you have it, day and night explained. I mean, that bulb is spinning around, and the bit of the model it's lighting up, on that model, that is the daytime. And when you look at the real world, the bit that's lit up, it is the daytime bit. So it's exactly the same.
Okay, so a small and local sun like that would have its angular size change during the day. It would also allow people in different locations to see different sides of the sun, meaning that at any one time, different sunspot patterns would be seen from different locations on Earth. A small and local sun would not be able to explain a solar eclipse without the moon also being small and local. But that would mean we would also see different sides of the moon from different locations on the Earth, and the moon would go through all of its phases in just 24 hours. Not to mention that this does in no way explain the seasons or explain how the force which is able to keep the small and local sun rotating in this fashion cannot be felt on Earth. Does this model address any of these points?
I think what you're not understanding is the bit under the bulb was the bit that was lit up, and that was the daytime bit.
You know, I think you need help to snap you out of this. Let me call the globe's two greatest heroes. They can take it from here.
Okay, who are they?
Well, your twin brother, Baldy Catz.
Like him.
You're both dickheads. And the second hero needs no introduction, so here is his introduction. It's Ranty Flat Earth.
These are the adventures of
Ranty, the Flat Earther.
As he explores the strange world known to Fraggles as
the globe. Yes, so that was Ranty Flat Earth, and I am Baldy Catz. My channel is linked in the description, and it's a little bit better than this one. Anyway, our friend Ranty Flat Earth is going to give us the dose of reality we need to turn my brother Catz back to the globe. Let's have a look at some of his work so far. A common argument amongst flat earthers is that boats do not sail over the horizon, and if you film with a powerful enough camera like a P900 or P1000, the zoom alone is enough to bring that boat back into focus. So Ranty Flat Earth set out with his P1000 to bust this claim by filming this boat for 30 minutes as it sailed over the horizon until no zoom could bring it back. Another claim made by flat earthers is that the bottom of distant objects do not get obstructed by earth curvature, so Ranty Flat Earth set out to bust that claim by filming this underwater lighthouse and these underwater buildings. But flat earthers being flat earthers still refuse to accept that earth curvature has anything to do with objects vanishing from the bottom up as they move into the distance. In fact, they invent a whole host of ridiculous ideas to try and explain this phenomenon, one of those being the angle of attack. This essentially says that as something moves away from you on a flat surface, it will disappear from the bottom up due to something called perspective. So when I asked Ranty Flat Earth to go down to a perfectly flat racetrack to debunk this claim, he just couldn't wait. And you'll see that these tiny objects he's put at the end of a track show no sign of vanishing from the bottom up just because of distance. Good work, Ranty. Now, despite all of that good work, Ranty Flat Earth has so far been pretty reluctant to show us evidence of refraction in the atmosphere. You see, sometimes we do make observations further than we should be able to see, thanks to the effects of atmospheric refraction, and this is something that's been given the name looming. But with videos titled Flat Earth Destroying the Looming Argument and What is Looming, the Insanity of the Globe Model, Ranty has made it clear that this is a process he does not accept. Now, despite not believing in it, Ranty Flat Earth has agreed to join us and explain to us live what looming actually is meant to be. But right now, he's just finishing off one of his Flat Earth astronomy lectures. So as we go over, let's make sure we're nice and quiet.
What appears to be a second moon behind the full moon.
Ranty, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your lecture on our second invisible moon. Please accept my apologies.
It's all good.
You're such a good guy, Ranty. Anyway, would you like to tell us what looming is?
Right, okay.
Now, looming is essentially what you're seeing here of the target being this point here, is essentially being able to be seen above the Earth curvature. What we're going to be saying is that you shouldn't see it with a direct line of sight, but due to refraction and looming, this object can appear to be seen even though it's beyond Earth curvature. Now,
so if you want to learn a little bit more about the science behind how mirages form, please check out the link that I've posted in the description to one of my older videos. But for now, it's enough to say that Ranty Flat Earth is not a fan of the idea of looming.
Here in the effects of refraction, the real effects of refraction, not this rubbish where you believe that things can be magically brought back from beyond a curve.
And here he is again.
Refraction isn't what you're led to believe, which is that it can lift buildings up from beyond the curvature of the Earth.
But our friend Ranty Flat Earth isn't called a globe hero for nothing. Ranty, Do you know what's coming? Yeah. No? Well, why don't we check out what Ranty Flat Earth has achieved for us in this last couple of weeks?
Look at this for an absolute slam dunk proof of looming.
Yes, Ranty Flat Earth has worked his little socks off and he's managed to bring us home slam dunk proof of looming. Ranty, how do you feel?
Just tremendous. I mean, I've had to go out of my way to find this, guys, but look at it. It's just beautiful. Beautiful proof of looming.
But we all know what Ranty Flat Earth is like. When he filmed his boat going over the horizon, he couldn't admit there was a boat going over the horizon, so he had to invent a secret science only he understands called compression to explain it. And the amazing thing about compression is it can also be applied to these underwater buildings and the underwater lighthouse. Now, when it came to his test at the track where he showed that objects clearly do not vanish from the bottom up, his excuse for that was that the conditions weren't good enough to produce a suitable inferior mirage. So let's hear his get out clause this time, shall we?
You know, if it can be demonstrated that looming can happen, does that mean it's happening around an Earth curve? Have you been able to demonstrate it happening behind an Earth curve? I can demonstrate it happening across a very flat plane of a very long distance, but can you demonstrate it happening around a curve, around a globe? Can you prove that?
It is truly amazing, isn't it? But whether Ranty Flat Earth agrees with me or not, he's brought home more than enough evidence to turn conspiracy cats back to the globe. So Ranty, for that, thank you. And I'll just leave you all with this.
Okay, you can actually throw some boats here. Alright, and there's one right here in the coast of Brazil. And they will circumnavigate. Alright, and you have the same time here. Circumnavigation over air. You have circumnavigation over water. And it's an amazing tool to demonstrate to people how the Earth really is.
Catz, conspiracy cats. No one quite like him to flatten the flats. So come feel the vibe, like and subscribe, and take off your hats.